Friends, today in this video we will discuss the world's most powerful country based on military size, expenditure, budget and impact on world. Although some countries are small in size, they have very advanced technological weapons and nuclear bomb like South Korea. In this list we have kept the top 10 powerful countries of the world. So let's start from number 10, which is Brazil. Brazil is the world's 10th most powerful country, containing 1,674,500 total military personnel with military budget of around $27.8 billion. It does not have any nuclear weapons. Brazil has 437 combat tanks, 1829 armored vehicles and 84 rocket launchers in land strength. In air power, Brazil have 43 fighter aircraft, 204 attacker aircraft and 254 military helicopter. In terms of underground forces, Brazil doesn't have any aircraft carriers and destroyers, but it does have 6 submarines. After that, Egypt is in the 9th position of about 920,000 total military personnel with a budget of $11.2 billion. Just like Brazil, Egypt doesn't have any nuclear weapons. Taking about land forces, Egypt has 4,295 combat tanks, 11,700 armored vehicles and 1,084 rocket launchers. In the aircrafts, Egypt has 215 fighter aircraft, 147 attacker aircraft and 375 military helicopter, and in the Egyptian Navy, there are 2 aircraft carriers and 8 submarines, but they do not have any destroyers. Egypt contains more attackers aircraft than India. And UK holds at 8th position, which once upon a time used to control a whole world. At the present time, they have 275,660 total military personnel and 200 nuclear weapons. Their military budget is $55.1 billion. In the land forces, UK has 227 combat tanks, 5,000 armored vehicles and 35 rocket launchers. Talking about aircraft, they have 133 fighter aircraft, 59 attacker aircraft and 361 military helicopter. And in the British Navy, there are 2 aircraft carriers, 6 destroyers and 10 submarines. British Navy with American and French Navy considered as blue power navy. After that France is one of the most spending country in military power in the whole European Union. And in the European Union, France has the highest number of military army, containing 451,635 total military personnel and 300 nuclear weapons. France's military budget is $41.5 billion. In the land forces, France has 528 combat tanks, 6,028 armored vehicles and 13 rocket launchers. Talking about aircraft, they have 269 fighter aircraft, 121 attacker aircraft and 651 military helicopter. France produce high-quality aircraft. And in the French Navy, there are 4 aircraft carriers, 11 destroyers and 9 submarines. After that, South Korea is at the 6th position, which always tries to make strong military in afraid of North Korea. South Korea has 3,680,000 total military personnel and it doesn't have any nuclear weapons. South Korea military budget is $44 billion. In the land forces, South Korea has 2,614 combat tanks, 14,000 armored vehicles and 575 rocket launchers. Talking about aircraft, South Korea has 414 fighter aircraft, 112 attacker aircraft and 915 military helicopter. South Korean Navy has 2 aircraft carriers, 12 destroyers and 22 submarines. Japan holds at 5th position. Japan military is the self-defense power military with 303,160 total military personnel and doesn't have any nuclear weapons. Japan military budget is $49 billion. In the land forces, Japan has 1,004 combat tanks, 3,030 armored vehicles and 99 rocket launchers. Talking about aircraft, Japan has 270 fighter aircraft, 72 attacker aircraft and 756 military helicopter. Japanese Navy has 4 aircraft carriers, 40 destroyers and 20 submarines. After that, India is in the 4th position. India is increasing its military power significantly with 3,544,000 total military personnel and it has 140 nuclear weapons. India military budget is $61 billion. In the land forces, India has 4,292 combat tanks, 8,686 armored vehicles and 266 rocket launchers. Talking about aircraft, India has 538 fighter aircraft, 422 attacker aircraft and 745 military helicopter. Indian Navy has 1 aircraft carriers, 10 destroyers and 10 submarines. After that, world's 3rd most powerful country is China with 2,693,000 total military personnel and have 290 nuclear weapons. China military budget is $237 billion. In the land forces, China has 3,500 combat tanks, 33,000 armored vehicles and 2,650 rocket launchers. Talking about aircraft, China has 1,232 fighter aircraft, 595 attacker aircraft and 1,192 military helicopter. Chinese Navy has 2 aircraft carriers, 36 destroyers and 74 submarines. Second most powerful country is Russia. It has 3,013,628 total military personnel and have 6,490 nuclear weapons. Russia military budget is $65 billion. In the land forces, Russia has 12,950 combat tanks, 27,038 armored vehicles and 3,860 rocket launchers. Talking about aircraft, Russia has 873 fighter aircraft, 1,166 attacker aircraft and 2,053 military helicopter. Russian Navy has 1 aircraft carriers, 16 destroyers and 62 submarines. Last but not least is USA, and it is one of the most powerful country of the world, ranking at 1st position with 2,260,000 total military personnel and have 6,185 nuclear weapons. America military budget is $750 billion. In the land forces, USA has 6,289 combat tanks, 29,253 armored vehicles and 1,366 rocket launchers. Talking about aircraft, America has 2,085 fighter aircraft, 1,660 attacker aircraft and 6,735 military helicopter. American Navy has 20 aircraft carriers, 91 destroyers and 66 submarines.